Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Alright guys, so it's nothing new. As soon as we see like Kawaki trending, like we know there is a problem. I kind of did look at the spoilers a little bit earlier and I did kind of get my idea about specifically what could possibly go on, but like let's be honest, like it's pretty self-explanatory. Big shout out to Abdul right here. You guys seen by the title. Kawaki literally sends Naruto to a completely different dimension. Now this right here isn't really surprising. You guys are probably going to hear this for a very long time, but Kawaki essentially said to Boruto that he's going to send him to where he sent the 7th Hokage. This could possibly be that. So the first tweet essentially says, Kawaki senses the presence of Momoshiki and goes after Boruto. Shikamaru tells Kawaki to calm down and concentrate on the mission. Kawaki leaves the house and disappears, hiding his chakra so it can't be detected. Alright, so this right here is going to be a very, very elite point, just because of the sheer fact that, you know, earlier on in the series we did kind of find out that Kawaki has the ability to mask his chakra even from the elites of the elites in regards to sensory ninja. The only people that can actually sense it is going to be Boruto, which I did see them talk about, but they did kind of add something different. And yeah, here it is. Ada and Damon also come out the house. Boruto can sense Kawaki but is unable to pinpoint his location. Ada says, "Let's go girls," and decides to go shopping. This right here is interesting just because of the sheer fact that Boruto can't necessarily pinpoint Kawaki's location. Even if like you say, hey, he can't really pinpoint his location, Kawaki's on his way to Boruto's house. So like if Boruto himself like can't really pinpoint like, oh, he's in that general location, that might be a problem. Like I'm not necessarily sure exactly how much Boruto can actually sense Kawaki in that form, or it could be possible that Kawaki's masking ability is getting stronger. But there's a bunch of stuff that did actually happen right here. I'm going to get to that a bit later, but I do want to cover Kawaki actually sealing Boruto first. If we did get an update on Code, Damon met him in Wadi, but we'll get there in a couple minutes. The next tweet says Kawaki makes his way home to Naruto and Hinata, who are alone. He firstly bashes the chakra detection team and considers them useless as he was able to enter without being detected. Kawaki wants to discuss something important with Naruto. Kawaki says that he is thankful to Naruto for what he has done for him. Kawaki recalls living a meaningless life, but Naruto changed that. Naruto says that Kawaki is overreacting. Kawaki says, "I can die without hesitation to protect you at any time." They say a couple more things, but Kawaki makes the conversation interesting by saying that with the Otsutsuki power, I will destroy the Otsutsuki. I will eradicate every single one of them. Alright, so this right here is huge. Like, this right here is a declaration of what Kawaki essentially wants to do. Like, he wants to eradicate the Otsutsuki clan. Big claim, heavy claim, because we don't even really know what the Otsutsuki clan truly looks like and what their true intentions are. So that's a heavy claim. But regardless, the next one says, as Hinata goes over to Kawaki, he mentions when he found out that Boruto was alive. He felt guilty because he wasn't able to finish the job, even when it came unexpectedly. But this time he'll make sure Hinata slaps Kawaki after hearing this. Hinata slapping Kawaki, I think that right there is probably going to go different in the anime, bro. I think as of right now, it's not necessarily going to be that big of a deal, but Hinata actually showing, like, I won't even call it like a motherly instinct. Maybe it is like a motherly instinct, because she is disciplining Kawaki for, you know, being out of line. But this right here is like an emotion that we don't necessarily get to see from Hinata a lot, and of course seeing this in the anime is probably gonna, you know, garner a lot of attention, you know, specifically it happening in Kawaki. And of course Kawaki's not necessarily gonna retaliate or anything like that, because again, it's more like a motherly type of aspect, a more motherly type of role. But Kawaki being arguably the strongest character in the Hidden Leaf Village, and Hinata just, you know, ringing back and slapping my guy, like cocking back like LeBron James back in '02. This right here is significant. But the next one, Hinata says that Kawaki is crazy. Kawaki says, "You can't kill your own brother unless you're crazy." He mentions that he is level-headed and isn't paranoid. Hinata begs Kawaki not to do it, but he has made up his mind, even if they hate him to death. This is like some real crazy stuff. I mean, in regards to resolve, we haven't really gotten to see this from a main character, of course, when we talk about the core Team 7s, since Sasuke's resolve. Like, this right here is actually insane. Of course, we always talk about the comparisons and contrastions between Kawaki and Sasuke. This right here has to be like one of the biggest ones, to where Kawaki understands that what he's doing isn't necessarily like the most sane thing, but whatever he feels is right, he's going to do it regardless of how it makes other people feel. So, but Naruto says, "I won't let you do that. You're going to have to kill me before you do anything to Boruto. Are you still going to do it?" Kawaki, "I don't expect you to understand." All right, now here's where the big stuff happens. Kawaki opens a full-blown portal and sends Naruto and Hinata to a different dimension. 5 triangles. I do have to look back. I think he did actually have 5 before, but like, this is the max right now. This is 1000% the max. I don't think I've ever seen him go to 6, but him going to 5 to, you know, seal Naruto, that's kind of interesting. I don't necessarily think that he even needed that. I think this right here is more of like a karma seal ability. Kawaki was prepared if Naruto, you know, could possibly like react to something like that. And it doesn't really look like Naruto like tried to do anything too crazy to Kawaki. Like, that's one of the things that's kind of interesting, mainly because Naruto understands that Kawaki's had a tough life. Naruto understands that Kawaki had to deal with abuse from not only Jigen, from his father, and possibly even from, you know, God knows who else, because we understand that Kawaki was in a village with a bunch of other strangers. But Naruto didn't really want to do much to Kawaki at this given point, and it might be the fact that, hey, the portal opened up way too fast and it closed way too fast before Naruto got the ability to do anything. But even looking at Naruto, like, Naruto is in regular form. Like, he didn't even like put on his Sage Mode, and that doesn't really take that long. You look at his hands, there's no Rasengan, there's no chakra forming or nothing like that. I do want to see exactly how this looks in the anime, because this right here, the whole scene might be completely different. There might actually be a fight in the actual anime, but as of right now, it seems that Naruto is still kind of like trying to be cordial with Kawaki and not necessarily upset him too much, which is, it might be smart, but this might be the downside of having Naruto as like the Hokage. The last page basically has Kawaki saying, once everything is done, you can kill me, so please wait until then, Lord Seventh. The side text says, the destiny that the karma leads to and the future that the boy wishes for, what awaits for him beyond that? Impeccable points all the way around. I mean, Kawaki is essentially telling Naruto that he can kill him after that. I mean, this right here essentially just shows where Kawaki's loyalty is. Like, he doesn't even really care about his own life. He's really all doing this for Naruto. So if Naruto, you know, comes out and basically says like, hey, I'm gonna kill Kawaki, Kawaki doesn't really care as long as Naruto doesn't really have the threat of the Otsutsuki clan anymore. I'm believing that Kawaki is probably going to keep Naruto there until like he actually kills Boruto, and not only that, takes probably a chunk of the Otsutsuki clan. Because let's be honest, I mean, coming off of this, we already heard that Kawaki said that he wants to kill or eradicate the Otsutsuki clan. That can't happen if Naruto kills him. So even if he kills Boruto, which is probably not really going to happen, it is the story of Boruto, and of course we did see him post time skip. So even post time skip, it is very likely, or I won't even call it likely, because we did see Naruto do this, or Boruto do this before when sealing Naruto. But Naruto could possibly be in that other dimension through the time skip, which is insane. Which is insane for a couple of reasons. First things first, Boruto probably is able to also get to that dimension and possibly unseal Naruto. And not only that, I'm pretty sure, give Sasuke 3 years, he could possibly find a way to, you know, procure a time space ninjutsu that could possibly get him to that dimension. We talk about the Shunsha clones, they have time space ninjutsu. We talk about the scientists in the Hidden Leaf Village, Amato and Orochimaru. I'm not even going to mention Sasuke, but a bunch of stuff like that. That right there could possibly free up Naruto, but you never know. Now, a couple of other things did actually happen. I'm not necessarily going to spend too much time on this in fear of the video being a bit too long, but this right here is kind of interesting. I mean, one of the things that I'm probably going to talk about a bit more is the fact that Ada is like freely able to walk around the Hidden Leaf Village. Not only Ada, but also Damon as well, where as I kind of thought that they were going to be only secluded in this one household. One, because of course the fear of Ada possibly, you know, enchanting other people, and not only that, the fear of Damon like unintentionally killing someone with his ability. Like, imagine he steps on someone's foot by mistake and he's holding Boruto's hand and someone tries to like do something to him. Like, it could possibly end very, very badly. So a bunch of stuff like that could possibly happen, but of course it is Naruto's decision. This right here is one of my favorite parts. Damon senses Himawari from inside the shop and goes out and asks, who are you? Boruto drags him back after saying, she is my sister. Damon and Himawari meet. This right here is a meeting that a lot of people have like anticipated, and I get it, they're both like the same kind of age, and you do want to see how they interact, and of course possibly Himawari training with Damon. That right there at this very moment is extremely far-fetched, but post time skip, if Himawari even gets to like current Boruto levels, I mean, that right there could possibly be a decent little duo in the future. The next generation of like OP characters, depending on what they do with Himawari. I definitely do want to see that. But not only that, Damon actually tried to attack Himawari. This isn't anything new. If you guys do recall, he tried to attack a lot of other people and try to like establish his dominance. He kind of did this with Kawaki, and of course he did this to other people, but this right here, he tries to actually hit Himawari and see how good she is, and she just didn't move at all, because of course it is Himawari. Like, she's an academy student. Like, she's not necessarily going to have the basic defense mechanisms against literal god level characters stronger than an unlimited code. So the interesting thing that Damon actually did say was, but a while ago I felt it from you, power. This right here is like an unusual thing for Boruto to say, for characters in Boruto to say, I should point out. And it's not necessarily like it's new or anything like that. We talked about, you know, people feeling powers from renegades, from dojutsus, but things like this just sounds like a Dragon Ball Z-ish thing to say. I felt it from you, power. Like he's basically scanning power levels. But regardless, it's interesting, man, because he respects Himawari's power, something that we haven't necessarily seen before. And this right here could possibly mean that, you know, Himawari is similar to, like, again, a Dragon Ball Z guy, Gohan. Himawari could possibly be a kid with significant dormant powers. And this means something coming from a guy who's literally stronger than the unlimited code. I mean, I remember one of the first times that we did actually get to see Kawaki, and Mitsuki called him fast. That right there is similar to this, but Mitsuki, we're thinking like, yeah, Mitsuki's strong. He has Sage Chakra. Like he's a Snake Sage mode. This guy is literally stronger than multiple Otsutsuki members, and saying that he did feel power from Himawari. So this right here is definitely like something we could be looking into as far as like Himawari having some sort of dormant powers. But this chapter right here is definitely going to be a decent one. I could tell off of the rip. I do want to see exactly how it looks when the actual official translations come out, and of course we do get to put context to a lot of these images that we're seeing. But it's gonna look insane. It's gonna look insane. I really am excited to see exactly how this Naruto and Kawaki situation is gonna play out. This right here, arguably one of the biggest storylines since, of course, Karma died. But it's been your boy Bar B, and we out.
It's a knife.